Hello everyone, thank you for joining me in our short journey to monetization. My name is Armand Nicholas, and today we're going to be discussing one of the things that is brought up quite often, primarily when we are trying to acquire that first hurdle of 1,000 subscribers in order to monetize. We get a lot of questions. We've got a lot of members asking, why am I losing subscribers? You know, I spend a lot of time trying to get subscribers, but for some reason I keep losing them little by little here and there. Well, there's a couple of things that you guys need to understand, and I know that coming from a world of sub for sub out there, you've experienced a lot of those type of situations where you're losing subscribers and you're worried about it and you think that they're unsubscribing you. So we're gonna discuss that, kind of shed some light onto it, make it a little bit more informative as far as, you know, what's really going on behind the scenes. So a couple of things that you need to consider. Number one, please get this out of your head, okay? You're not losing subscribers because people are unsubscribing to your channel after they subscribe to you. You know, there might be a small percentage that actually happens, but for the most part, it's not, okay? Just think about it. Do you actually have enough time between family, between work, between things that you have to do on a regular basis? Do you actually have enough time to go into your YouTube channel and take the time to unsubscribe people, look for their channels and unsubscribe them? Do you actually have that time? For the most part, many of you will say, no, I don't have that time. But others, you know, other people do, and they unsubscribe to me. No, that's not the case. So here are a couple of reasons why you're getting your subscribers removed or reduced. Number one, the most common is because you got your subscribers from sub for sub sites, okay? And the person did not actually do the right things to subscribe to you. One of the things is the algorithm. YouTube requires that anything less than 30 seconds of watching your videos and subscribing is going to be considered spam. What's the 30 seconds for? 30 seconds is their research shows that that's the human brain. That's the human, it's a human reaction that a normal person will take about 30 seconds before they decide if they want to continue to watch your channel, if they want to continue to watch your video. It takes about 30 seconds to make that decision for a person, okay? So if the person never watched 30 seconds of your video, then yeah, they're gonna close it off, and YouTube, number one, is not gonna count that watch minute or watch 30 seconds, right? They're not gonna count that. Number two, if they subscribe to your channel, there's a good chance that that's gonna get spammed and be removed from your channel. So that's one of the biggest things that you're gonna run into, are people that are not doing the subscribing part properly. Okay, they must watch enough of your video in order to subscribe, or in order for it to count. So that's number one, is YouTube spamming. Number two, how many of you guys actually have more than one channel? How many of you literally have more than one channel? Many of you have, and you've seen this on Facebook. You've seen this on the sub for sub sites. 5 versus 5, 10 versus 10, 20 versus 20. That's crazy, right? Well, don't you ever think that eventually YouTube is gonna catch up to these channels that are not real, that are not valid, and they're going to turn them off? YouTube will shut those channels down. What happens when they shut those channels down? Well, very simple. If those channels are subscribed to your channel, you're gonna lose those subscribers because YouTube turned off those channels. So you're gonna lose it from there, right? So that's that's one of the reasons as well, is because the channel was shut down by YouTube, and you no longer have that subscriber because the channel doesn't exist anymore. Okay, that's another reason. Number three, there are times where we do a sub for sub blitz in our team. There's times where we do a sub for sub blitz in our team. The effects of it is just simply put, out of 10 subscribers, 3 will drop off and only 7 will stay. And that's perfectly fine, you guys. That's perfectly fine. Just remember that the Sub for Sub Blitz is our team having fun and enjoying, the camaraderie. And the more that we do the Blitz, the more that the 3 out of 10 that you lost, they'll eventually end up as a subscriber in your channel, and it'll eventually stick the more that we do it. So that's fine, right? But at the end of the day, you're not losing subscribers because of team members unsubscribing to you. Okay? You have to get that mentality out of your head. They're not trying to cheat you. They're not trying to, lie to you. And they're not trying to tell you that they're not following the rules. It's just the name of the game. You have to get over it. I know it's hard because a lot of you came from the Sub for Sub sites, and I get it. In the Sub for Sub sites, you're begging other people to subscribe to you. You're begging other people. The trust system on a Sub for Sub site is non-existent. You've seen some of these, invitations for Sub for Sub. You go first. You do it first and I'll do it next. No one has any trust whatsoever when it comes to a Sub for Sub site. You don't have to do that in our organization. You don't have to do that in our team. Okay? Our team is mandated to make sure that everyone is subscribed to one another to ensure that we are all helping one another to get to that goal. So again, I repeat, if you think that people are unsubbing you just because they have the time in the day to actually go through all of their list in their YouTube channel and hit unsubscribe to certain channels, you're mistaken. They don't have the time. If you say that you do have that time, then maybe you're saying that because you're the one doing it. Maybe you firmly believe that that's what's happening because you're the one doing it. And if you're doing it, then don't be surprised that you're losing subscribers because you're one of those people that are actually doing it. In reality, most people don't have that time. Most people don't have that luxury of going through their subscribers list and unsubbing people just because they want to cheat someone, okay? They don't have that time. So again, couple of good reasons why you're losing subscribers. Number 1 is they're not unsubbing you. The channel is being canceled by YouTube because it's not a real channel. It's one of those channels just like you guys opened up to sub people from a different channel, so forth and so on, and then many of you have experienced it where YouTube closed your channel down. Of course, if that channel is subscribed to some other people's channel, that subscriber will be dropped off. Number 1. Number 2, it is being spammed. That's it. It's just being spammed. It's just that simple. Whoever watched your video did not follow protocols or guidelines to do it right. Now, is that a big problem? Absolutely not. Not especially in our team that we have strict rules and guidelines on how to do it. That's not one of our problems. Okay? We have process and rules that eliminates that. And then, of course, last but not least, is just the fact that people are just not following the system. Okay? So again, you may be losing subscribers. I wouldn't really worry about it. Okay? It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Stop worrying about your subscribers so much. Go get new ones. But this time, instead of getting them from Sub for Sub sites, why don't you do a collaboration with a group on Facebook, on Twitter, on Reddit, in a lot of different platforms, right? A collaboration with other people that are in your arena, that are in your niche. If you're a cooking channel, there's so many cooking groups on Facebook, which means you truly can get real followers, especially if your videos are great, especially if your videos catch attention. You can really get real subscribers that you don't have to worry about them unsubbing you later on. Okay? If you're a DIY or a website designer, and that's what your channel is all about, there's a lot of groups on Facebook that talks about those types of topics. You can join those groups so that you can collaborate with other creators and you can acquire real subscribers that you don't have to whine or complain about people unsubbing you. Because again, I repeat, If you are sitting there and watching your subscribers list drop little by little, and you're sitting there and thinking that people are literally manually unsubbing you, you are deeply mistaken. They don't have the time to do that. They don't have the capacity to do that. And if you are, I repeat, if you are one of those people that actually have the time to do it, or if you're one of those people that actually do it and that's why you're using that as an excuse that people are unsubbing you because you've done it before, well, you can't really complain, can you? You can't complain about it because you've done it. It's that simple. So once again, please acquire true subscribers by collaborating with other groups or other individuals, number one. And number two, stop thinking that people are cheating you. Human beings are naturally good at heart. Human beings are naturally good at heart. What that means is they will do good before they will do bad, which means you have to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're there to do it right, just like you are trying to do it right and you are trying to do it properly. Sometimes they just fall into the crack and is getting spammed and the subscriber is dropping, but it's not because they're doing it intentionally. So once again, I hope that this little short session of ours is helpful. I hope that, new thoughts and new mentality, creeps up to you and basically gives you a little bit more of a understanding how this truly does work. And again, I hope that it will allow you to be a little bit more mindful in the future about what really goes on in your subscribers list. So stay tuned for the next update on subscribers, and of course check out the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel now. Hit that bell to make sure that you're notified anytime that I release a new video or a new update. And once again, I do thank you for joining me in this short journey, and please be mindful and always stay safe. We'll see you next time, and thank you and good luck.